Good morning, my friends. Today is October 26th, 2020. This is Loving What Separates Us, part of my own personal mission, teaching classes like this to heal the wounds in the heart of America. And let's just take, this is the start of the second week of 4 weeks. Let's just take a moment to sort of review what I hope is obvious to everyone, is that ultimately what separates us are the thoughts and feelings that come up within us. We could say what separates us are our wounds that generate these thoughts and feelings. What we're doing in this class is I'm inviting everyone, just by the experience of it, to shift the game of life that we're playing. So by analogy, if you look at in one sports arena, they may be playing the game of tennis, another they're playing hockey, and another playing soccer, like that. When it comes to the game of life, most of us are playing the wanting, don't wanting, or the liking, don't like game. And we win when we get what we want or what we like, and we lose when we don't get what we want. And it's a win-lose game, and it's really the game that the ego plays, ego and mind. And I'm not here to bash them. They both have their fabulous roles in our lives. But the invitation is to be open to move into a whole new arena where we play the game of love. And there, the more we love, the more we win. And there's not really any losing, because there's only loving. So, and from that platform of living in our hearts, the separation disappears. And through this power of love, we move into connection, into oneness. All these topics that seem so important to us, and they are on one level of life really important, are really just an excuse, really just a medium. We want to use them to move into our hearts. That's how we win this game of love. So that's what we're doing. This morning I announced that in one email to my database, the I Am Heart sends out another one, that we'd be talking about the COVID lockdown and exploring our energies about that, which we will do. I want you to know I considered doing again a revisit to the Supreme Court nomination process, because it looks like today Amy Barrett will be nominated and confirmed, I should say confirmed, to the Supreme Court. That's what all the numbers look like. I think we'll do that, maybe touch on that tomorrow, just as the energy of that sinks in. People on one side will be happy and joyful, and the other side will be sad and depressed. And so we just want to, maybe we'll play with that tomorrow. I'm not quite clear yet. I really run this by what comes to me from guidance. So with that as a backdrop, let me just explore the COVID reactions that we have, the lockdown reactions to the, all the rules and regulations that are being promoted for handling the pandemic. And either we love them or we hate them. So just get in touch with how you feel about wearing a mask, being semi-locked down into our homes. Depending on where you are, it's very severe. and some places not so severe. How do we feel about, say, masks, social distancing? How do we feel about businesses being shut down, churches being shut down? And just welcome up whatever feelings are there. And just know that everything that arises, every like, every dislike, maybe we feel safe with all these restrictions. Maybe we feel shut down. Whatever comes up, would it be okay with us to simply take this energy and use it to go deeply within our hearts? So with that, let's start our morning meditation. So first, notice where we are. I've stirred up things a little bit. Maybe that worked, maybe it didn't. Wherever we are, it's fine. Let's sit up straight and just put our hands on our heart. Our way of setting an intention. Oh, good. Now it's time to move into our hearts. And there's nothing we really do here. We just allow the posture, the position, to move energy back into our hearts. A pose that has been used for thousands of years, and that I would invite everyone to re-enliven this in our culture by doing it. Sitting with our hands in our heart. And maybe we start to feel that soft, gentle heartbeat. Maybe not. Don't worry. Perhaps we allow some gratitude for our heart. Even our physical heart, much less our energetic heart. Could we just be grateful for this dear friend, physical or energetic? Either way, a powerful resource for our health and our well-being, for our functioning on this planetary plane. And now just note your experience after sitting with your hands in your heart, I don't know, for 2 minutes, however long it is. How does your state change when we move into our hearts, when we enliven our hearts? And that little bit of shift is actually a big deal. Could we allow that get even deeper, even bigger, that shift? And now let's say good morning to our breath. Let your hands down whenever you want to. And here we just say good morning to our breath by noticing our breath, by being aware of it. A few of the things that I traditionally mention are, how deep is your breath? How full the inhale, full the exhale. And which nostril is dominant? In India, they say one nostril is always dominant, except right at the moment of sunrise and sunset, where the two nostrils become equal. And my experience is, in meditation, my nostrils become equal in terms of their clarity and airflow. And every time, it more or less, it's pretty regular. Just what's going on with your breath now. And while we're here, just because it feels good, could we allow ourselves to feel some love and appreciation for our lungs, for our breathing passages, our nostrils, bronchial tube, and now let's move into the full breath. Full inhale, full exhale. Full exhale means we pull our abdominal muscles all the way back towards our spine. And as we release those muscles, automatically a very full inhale happens. And just notice, what's our experience as we fill our body with life force through this full breath. Full inhale, full exhale. What's your experience as we infuse this energy into our system? Less energy, more energy. What happens to your hands? What happens to your feet? What happens to your body as energy fills in? We just notice, we don't care what happens here. Just, oh, that's very interesting. Look what's happening. And now let's move into our full heart rhythm meditation. This very powerful technique that connects our heart with our breath, the rhythm of our heart with the rhythm of our breath. Brought back from those amazing desert fathers and desert mothers, brought back by Perron and Susanna Baer in their first book, Living from the Heart, as a way of developing the habit of living from our heart. Typically, it means we inhale to the count of 8 heartbeats, and we exhale to the count of 8 heartbeats. Whatever rhythm is right for you, 6, 10. And we never force it, but I invite you to play with allowing that to extend up to, say, 10 breaths, 10 heartbeats in, 10 heartbeats out. But again, never do we force, never do we strain. We just explore. The deeper we go with this breath, the better it is for our health. Our lung capacity increases, one of the greatest predictors of longevity is our lung capacity. I don't remember the article, but I definitely have read this, where they've just measured the likelihood of death as a function of lung capacity. Very clear relationship. Bigger our lung capacity, the more years we should expect to live. And it just intuitively makes sense, particularly in this time of the coronavirus, which attacks the lungs. Be sure to pull in your name for your heartbeat. And always feel free to begin this process of heart breath, meaning we pull the energy directly into our heart. If we breathe in and out through our lungs, in the past, the air and a stream of energy would come in through our nose and then down into our lungs. Now the invitation is to separate that stream of energy and just breathe. Usually we start breathing from the front into our heart. 8 heartbeats in, filling up with that energy. 8 heartbeats out, pouring that energy out back into the universe. After it has been stamped with the presence and the power and the clarity, the energy of our heart. Inhale. We exhale out the heart. The energy goes out of the heart. And we bless all of creation. Would it be okay with us if we are beings who bless everywhere we go, just by the process of our normal natural breathing. As we inhale, we fill up our heart with energy. We exhale. Out comes this pure energy from our heart, imprinted with the purity of our heart as a blessing for all of creation. Some of us may come up with the thought, yes, but I'm not that pure. That's okay. Could you just greet that thought with love, with kindness, with compassion? It's a voice that wants to be heard, and it is our great, great opportunity to listen to every voice within us. And the more we listen with love to all these voices, we hear them and their energy is transformed into light, into love. As they are heard, they move into alignment with the force of nature, with the flow of evolution. So last week we worked through the dimensions of the heart, front and back, the breadth of the heart, that's the forward and backward dimension of the heart. The width of the heart, we start developing a broad, wide heart. The depth of the heart, compassion, the height of our heart, inspiration, and the inner dimension, vastness, this great inner dimension of our heart. And then we moved into the beginning of the elemental breathing, the earth breath. Deep and spreading energy in and out through both nostrils. Yellowish brown, patience, persistence, stability, strength. Wonderful qualities of this breath. So this morning we're going to explore the water breath. One of my favorite breaths. You may find as we go through this that certain breaths just resonate with you. They feel normal and natural and easy to slip into. We all have elements that are our strong points, and elements that, as we develop them more fully, become equally normal and natural. So with the water breath, we inhale through the nose, still hanging on to that count of 8 or 10 or 6 breaths, 6 heartbeats. And then we exhale through slightly opened lips. So almost like the relief of sighing. That's how the breath works, but there's an energy pattern to it also. And it's these energy patterns, for example, the earth breath is just in and out through our nostrils. But when we're just breathing in and out through our nostrils, we're not doing the earth breath. We're just breathing our normal breath. The water breath. It's almost as though we reach up way above us. It's like the ocean's being evaporated, rising above us as rain clouds or whatever. Then we inhale and let that water flow in through the crown, in through the third eye and throat, and fill up our heart. And then we exhale, just sort of blowing slightly downward because water keeps flowing down. And let that water flow down and out. And then we let the water element rise again, that energy, that water energy. And then inhale as it flows down into us, in through the head, third eye, throat, filling our heart. And exhaling through the lips, downward. So just continue this for a bit. Water rising up above us. It's like heavenly water. Filling up our heart with this energy. Blowing, exhaling, and the water flows out and down. It's like there's a water of the earth. There's a water of the heavens. As we do this, there's something that the heavens want. Pulls that water from the earth up. We exhale, pouring this heavenly energy, water down, down into the earth. There's something that the earth wants from the heavens, something that the heavens want from the earth. And we are just facilitating this flow of information and energy. And as we inhale, energy coming down, exhale, energy goes down further. We move into the flow, the energy of flow down. The earth energy spread out. Water flows down. This downward energy we want to harness. There's a place for all five energies. We talk about these five elements, and they're really just energy signatures. Five fundamental energies that are at the very fountainhead, the very threshold of creation. So this water element, it's very soft, it's very gentle. It's almost a metaphor for the divine quality of love. It heals by loving, by washing gently. Very powerful. We know when there's a flood how powerful water can be. But here we're just allowing this gentle washing. And when we exhale, it's perfectly okay to blow that energy into any part of our body that needs healing. It's a very healing breath. They're all healing, but this one in particular. If you have any inflammation, means too much fire element. And we just direct this water element to wherever there is inflammation in our body. And if our minds are too busy, we take this and we pour this water element in through our head and just let that busyness wash down into our body, down out. We blow it into our body, it just goes out through our feet, nourishing the earth. Inhale to the count of 8 heartbeats, filling up our heart. Exhale. Now, what relationship issues do you have? Pull them up. And as we exhale, just pour that water into that other person. Pour that love into that other person. Energy, the water energy comes up from the earth, mixes with the energy of heaven, and pours down upon us, bringing the blessings of heaven. To share these blessings with whatever relationship is troubling you. Would it be okay with us if we live and move and breathe in a vast ocean of love, of water? Check to see if there's any financial or career pressure in your world right now. Bring the water up into the heavens and bring it down. And would it be okay with us if from our heart we just poured this energy of water, of love, into that financial challenge or into our career? Just live and move in this field of water flowing. Would it be okay with us if we flowed through life on this incredible river the force, the flow of evolution. No resistance, just flow. And just invite, inhale the water of the earth up to raise and mix with the waters of heaven. Let it come back down. Can you notice as we fill our hearts and exhale this water energy, this love, how much we begin to move into oneness with creation? Notice what a spiritual blessing this great energy is. Would it be okay with us if we allow water to become our friend, our ally? The way we do this is not by trying to change water, control it. The way we do this is we align with water. Some people would say surrender to this great intelligence, this great force. That's perfect also. I find egos tend and sometimes not want to surrender, but they don't mind aligning. Could we align with this great intelligent force of energy that is everywhere present? Present on the earth, 3/4 of the earth is water. I think about the same percentage in our body. I don't know that exactly. The air we breathe has moisture in it, water. Could we just love and appreciate water? Love, compassion, flow, kindness, all these wonderful qualities. Flexibility. Okay with us if we're flexible. If we move in this direction and that direction, always, always moving toward the vastness of the ocean. And from this great place of water, this great place of love, could we now greet this coronavirus? Could we see with the eyes of our heart that even though our minds may not understand it, this virus has a place in creation, along with every other disease. It has a place in creation, and yet we, as joining the vast universal artistry of the universal heart, have the ability, have the possibility to restructure and repaint, so to speak, with more beauty, this tapestry of life on this plane. The way we change the coronavirus and every disease is not by fearing it or resisting it, but by loving it. Would it be okay with us if we let go of fearing and hating this virus, which simply gives it power, and instead just allowed ourselves either to love it or to simply recognize that right now, in the divine plan, there's a place for this, and be at peace with it. Just on a pragmatic level, which feels better? Fearing and hating the virus, disliking it, being angry with it, or being at peace with it, or allowing it, accepting it. Could we allow ourselves to love what is, and from that platform of acceptance and love, then we act to shift and change? I think we can all say yes to that. And now the lockdown, the government's response to this pandemic. My goodness, there are so many theories about what's really happening. Conspiracy theories on the left, on the right. Who can say? Could we let go of all these beliefs and thoughts, knowing that for every belief and thought, there's someone on the other side arguing exactly the opposite? And check to see if there's a feeling of wanting to be right that comes up right now. How's that working for you? Probably not so well. Can you see how much work it is always wanting to be right? Could we just welcome up that wanting to be right? Love it, be with it, and let the flow of our water wash it into alignment with the one heart. Most of us want to be right because when we think we've got it all figured out, we feel safe. But I beg you, go deeply inside of discrimination. Are we really safe because we construct a belief system and then live in it? How many times have we been living in a belief system and something comes in from left field and turns up everything upside down? We think we're safe, we think we're secure, we've got a job, we've got this, we've got that, and someone runs into our car and gives us whiplash, whatever it is. A bus runs over us, we get sick, our business gets downsized, we lose our jobs. Can we see there's no real safety in a belief system? They definitely have their uses. It's not that we can't have them. But would it be okay with us to recognize that our only real safety is in our hearts. Our egos are never quite safe, always worried about something else. Could we love our egos for trying to keep us safe? Could we love them some more? So back to the COVID lockdown. How do you feel? What do you think about it? What's your first thought or feeling? Some of us will say we need more of it. We need to be more aggressive about bottling up and stopping this virus. Some of us will say, wait a second. No good science on this. Just opinion, granted, but there's opinion on both sides, even if people are not allowed to express them on social media. How do you feel about masks? Even the WHO, the World Health Organization, right on their website says no scientific research supporting the wearing of masks to prevent virus spread. That's about a month or two old, so maybe that's changed. On the other hand, so many countries that have done the lockdown business, forced the mask wearing, and they've come out wonderfully. On the other hand, there's groups that study this and say, no, you study all the states, you study all the nations, there's no correlation between the lockdown and the degree to which the coronavirus spreads through a nation. So whether we believe it or we don't, could we allow ourselves to greet every feeling about the lockdown that we have, every thought that we have? Could we greet it with our hearts? Could we see it through the eyes of our heart? Truth is, we are already locked down and constrained by the culture that we live in. From a bigger picture, we are already controlled. Only it's so habitual, it's so automatic, it's so accepted. We don't see it and we don't mind it. For those of you who hate the lockdown, would it be okay with you to recognize that there are so many other things where we are controlled and it's not so bad? Just societal mannerisms, what we say, what we do, how we've been trained. Could we let go of our resistance, if we have it, to this whole lockdown process? It is. We just deal with it the best we can, and it's not so bad. Would we be at peace with it? Let's just stir the pot here and imagine we'll squeeze the lemon. Imagine we go into total lockdown, required to wear your mask all the time, even at home. There are some counties in America where that's the law. Even inside your home, required to wear your mask. And check to see if any resistance, any ridiculousness comes up, any sense of absurd, any sense of hating to be controlled. And you welcome it up and greet it with love. Greet it with love. Just a part of us wanting to be heard, wanting to be healed. And would it be okay with us if we took this as a spiritual practice? That no matter how oppressive the circumstances, we allow ourselves to release our resistance, to heal it, to love it, to be with it, and move into love and peace. Just say yes to that. It's just an intention. Just using the power of love. And let's go to the other side. Imagine that the worst thing happens. Those who have no common sense and no respect for medical knowledge remain in power, and they basically say the best way to handle this virus is the Swedish model. We're not locking down anything, even going past the Swedish model, because they actually shut down some of the schools and things. We're going past the Swedish model and we're just saying, no, we're just going to go for herd immunity. The elderly and the at risk should sequester themselves, and the rest of us are going to live our lives normally. And check what reaction comes up for you. I feel a sense of shock, to tell you the truth. That couldn't happen here. Well, we're just imagining. Don't worry. All we're doing is we're going out to the far extreme of any position on both sides to stir up our energy. Because you welcome up this energy and just be with it. As much as you might be horrified, as much as you may want to say, their deaths are not on me, they're on you. As much as we want to judge, can we just welcome that energy up and be with it? Love it. As we get more and more in the habit of just being with energy that comes up, can you notice that being with it is very peaceful? Become very quiet inside as we just be with the energy that rises up. Can you notice what we're really doing is we are referring to our hearts. We're seeing the energy rise up with the eyes of our heart. Would it be okay with us if we see whatever is rising up as our spiritual practice, to see it with the eyes of our heart, all the while living in this ocean of love, this ocean of peace, that the two can coexist, and how sweet it is to love whatever arises. I hope we're all noticing that we can be in peace if the lockdown gets completely severe and repressive. We can be in peace and love if the lockdown is lifted even prematurely. All we do is we move into our heart and we love what comes up. Would it be okay with us if we choose to live in this ocean of love? If we let go this game of wanting to be right, this game of getting what I want, don't get what I want, I win, I lose. We move into this arena of love and more love and more love. And again, I invite everyone to notice your state. Sometime we'll talk about, in the Sufi tradition, they have 10 sounds that come up when we move into a universal state. Check to see maybe if there's a ringing or the sound of a bell or a white noise background, so to speak. Those are just 3 of them. Yes, all music of the spheres can show up. When I say check your state, begin to notice what's your experience. What's your experience? And is it okay if it becomes permanent, no matter what arises within us? We'll take this as an opportunity to end the meditation gently. We've gone very deep for a long period of time, so it's right to take 2-3 minutes to come out of this meditation. We can notice where we are, notice our body, notice our heartbeat. In particular, we want to notice the feet. Maybe even do an earth breath or 2. Pour the energy down into the earth. Pull the energy up into our hearts. Sometimes it helps during this minute or 2 to visit our day. What happens next after this class? Where we go next? Who we visit? What our workday looks like? What our lunch looks like? What our afternoon or dinner or evening? Going to sleep. Could we allow all these to naturally occur within this context of infinite love, of the universal heart? of our own individual peace. When you're ready, just open your eyes. Again, there's never a rush. I always find we go deeper than we realize when we meditate together. So this ends our formal part of this class. It's about an hour. And we move into our optional segment. So people are, of course, free to leave if your day calls you. Thank you for joining us for this, where I work with people one-on-one. If anything we did stirred them up, or perhaps people have gains they want to share, or if there's simply anything in your life that's hard for you to see through the eyes of your heart, it would be my great privilege to help if I can do so. So, someone has raised their hand, a phone number, 248. Could you say hello? I don't show you as being muted.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. This is Jane.
Oh, Jean, hi, how are you? I hope our connection works here.
Yeah, I know. I was hoping it would, and everything was going to work fine. It must be. I don't know what the deal was last Monday, but there it was. But yeah.
Nice.
So, as usual, I always enjoy your cleanups and taking it so deep and looking out for the whole world, and I absolutely enjoy it. But I would like to do a cleanup on my own life. In my own neighborhood, in my daughter's neighborhood. I was going to just say it was about my granddaughter and my daughter, about being shunned. But when I think about it, it's happened to me too. And just this whole issue. And I think, how come it be so familial? And of course, it starts with me. So.
What's going on? What's bothering you?
The fact that we're being shunned.
Your family's being shunned.
Shunned, yeah. I mean, my granddaughter was bullied. So now they've gone from not bullying to being shunned. And when it happened to my daughter, and I'll tell you, with releasing, the intuitiveness has become so strong that I feel the connection with my daughter when she was in I want to say a black mood. I could feel it the whole time she had it. In the last about a week. I could just feel it.
Can you take that as a gain, by the way?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
But now let's go to the shunning business. So
yeah.
your family's being shunned. How does that feel to you?
Very sad. Very sad.
Yes. So would it be okay with you if you welcome up this sadness?
Yes.
Everyone else in your life, if you've ever been shunned, if you've ever been ignored and cast out or pushed out, can you welcome up that energy, that feeling, so we can heal it? So, Jean,
yes.
Just be with this energy.
Mm-hmm.
And just be with it even more. Now, do you notice you can be with this energy and still be completely safe?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay.
Good. And are you trying to make this energy go? Are you trying to control the sadness?
Of course I am.
Right. So when
it makes me more sad when I see my daughter feeling it and my granddaughter. It just hurts so much.
Get that. And can you give yourself some love and approval
Yes.
and be grateful that you can feel for your daughter and granddaughter?
Mhm.
Now, would you rather feel nothing or would you rather feel this pain?
I'd rather feel the pain.
Yeah, that's almost what everyone says. Isn't that amazing, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel as if I don't know if it's more connected
Yeah.
or yeah, I don't know.
So could you love this pain and the sadness some more?
Yes.
It's a fabulous thing. And is it okay with you if you feel it without being overshadowed by it?
Yes.
That's okay, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Is it okay with you if you feel your presence, your peace, and allow this feeling to be there and treasured and happy without overshadowing your peace?
Yeah.
Yes, that's okay, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Now, let's go a little further. Let's go back into the sadness, okay?
Yes.
Still there?
I'm still here.
Yeah, is the sadness still there?
Yeah, a little bit. I just
Okay.
want to be able to stay strong and straight and be proud and confident against all this
Yeah, so good.
blackness.
Good. So whatever's there, can you just be with it a little bit more
Yeah.
while you're sitting in your strength and your calmness and this sense of all is well, even with the pain.
Yes.
So you can do that, can't you?
Yes, I can.
From this place, would it be okay with you to welcome up an image or a sense of the people who are shunning your daughter and your granddaughter?
Mhm.
Okay. And when you look at them, how happy do they seem?
I think they're really, really miserable.
Yes, they're really, really miserable. Okay. They'd have to be shunning your daughter and your granddaughter.
Yes.
So would it be okay with you if you felt compassion for them?
Yes. It'd be quite okay.
That'd be okay. And could you allow yourself to experience even more compassion for them?
Yes.
And everyone else, whoever has shunned you, whoever has excluded you, whoever has left you out, could you have compassion for them? Same
Yes.
thing,
Yes.
more compassion, right? And just on the level of discrimination, is the shunning likely to go them away the more you resist them and hate them? Or is it more likely to go away the more you have compassion for them?
It would be go away the more I have compassion and love for them.
Yes, right. That's really your best strategy here, isn't it?
Yes.
You know, it's so obvious what pain they have to be in. And here's another thing just to consider. When this pain comes up, do you notice any desperately wanting to be loved and approved from your side?
Oh, yes. Mhm.
Yes. And just discriminate here. Do you really care if they love and approve you, given they're in such pain?
Hmm. I guess not.
Yeah. Can you see how you're giving them your power when you want their love and approval?
Okay.
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 Would it be okay with you if you gave yourself some love and approval here?
Yes.
Yes. And, to the degree that you can impart this to your daughter or granddaughter,
Mm-hmm.
you could invite them to give themselves love and approval
Sure. Mm-hmm.
rather than looking to these people who have no love for themselves, do they?
No. I guess they
No.
can't give what they themselves don't
Right.
have.
They don't have that. They hate themselves. They want to hate other people. Right?
No.
If they
Yeah, I
love,
guess we're just
yeah. If they love
easy
themselves,
targets.
right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I say I guess we're just easy targets.
Yes. And yes. Ooh, that's a powerful discovery there, Jean.
Yeah, I mean, if we're full of love or whatever, or trying to do the right thing, they find that difficult
Right.
to be
And
in our presence, I guess.
as you fill yourself full of love, I would imagine they're gonna go find another target. That makes sense?
Yes, yes.
They have to do that somewhere, and there's no point to doing it to someone who's not accepting it.
Mhm.
So can you see, and be very gentle with this, can you see that what they are doing is they are showing you deep energy within yourself that wants to be healed?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So could you allow yourself to be grateful for them,
Yes.
for showing you this energy? Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
And could you give yourself some more love and approval,
Yes.
and more love and approval?
Yes.
And I know it's hard. Could you allow your daughter and your granddaughter to learn their own lessons?
Whoa. uh, yes.
You could. Honestly,
Yeah.
you really can't do it for them, can you?
No, I can't.
No. What you can do is heal your own wound. Apparently, this has been passed down through our genes. It's what happens.
Mhm.
Okay. So the way you heal them is to heal yourself.
Mhm. I recognize that.
Okay, good. So would it be okay with you if you just focused on loving yourself and loving these people who shun you?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And could you look upon them with some more love right now?
Yes.
And more love,
Yes.
and more love.
Yes.
And how are you feeling right now?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I think of some people who are very well known, um, who have been bullied or shunned, who have become highly, highly successful.
Yes.
And I guess it's a gift for that reason.
Yes. And these poor people were doing the shunning. Can you feel that pain?
I don't want to feel their pain.
Okay. Well, you don't
um,
have to. You don't have to.
yes, I understand their pain. I really do.
Okay, good.
I could.
Good.
I think I'd rather understand than feel it.
Yes. So in the long run, my invitation to you is to move to a place where you realize at a very deep level, you and these tormentors are deeply connected. And there's great opportunity for you to move into oneness with them.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Great.
All right? And so
I'll
just
take
know
that.
it's an opportunity. You don't have to do it right now, The more you love yourself, the more that opportunity will open up for you.
Okay.
Okay?
So the more I love them and I love myself. Okay.
Yeah. So that's your homework. And I know this has been, going on for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
So it's a huge, huge wound to heal, and you have the tools to do it.
Mhm.
Get
Yeah,
a
I think I
picture,
was ready.
put up a picture
Mhm.
of this thing totally healed. Let's go to December 31st, January 1st, you're looking, New Year's Eve, you're looking back, you're going, wow, I can't believe how easy it was to heal that.
Well, this is a new year for me because it's my birthday also.
Ah, happy birthday.
Thank you. So I figured what way to start it.
Yes, yes. It's Hillary Clinton's birthday also.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah. So here you are. You're starting a new year, and I'll just talk about esoteric tradition here for a second. I have a long history of Vedic meditation from India, and
Mm.
over in India, what they say is for 40 days leading up to your birthday and 40 days after your birthday, all the forces of nature, all the great beings, the masters, the teachers, the gods, the goddesses, whatever you want to call them,
Mhm.
are there to support you in your wishes. Particularly on your birthday, it's the most powerful day. That's where we get our tradition of birthday wishes.
Really?
So
And I'm getting such chills from that. I'm getting such chills, so it must be very, very spiritual.
yes. So
Wow.
my wish for you, is to take this day to hold this as a vision of healing this energy within yourself easily and
Mhm.
fully to where you just completely love these tormentors.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Sounds
And I
good.
promise you, I have done this. I had a different kind of tormentor. I'll tell that story another time. This was legal. I had a prosecutor, I had an FBI agent, I had an IRS agent, and a judge. The judge wasn't so bad, but they just came after me, and it took a while, but eventually they just urged into my heart and disappeared, and all the energy was gone, and it all worked out just really well. Okay,
Okay, great.
so
And
I just want you to know it's very possible. You can do this, and just keep working at it.
okay.
Happy birthday.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the lesson on the Vedic too. Good to know that.
All right. Thank you so kindly.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
We'll call that an end. And does anyone else and thank you very much, Jean. That was really perfect for all of us. So anyone else?
I just want to ask a practical question, please.
Yes.
Tricia.
Patricia, welcome.
Thank you, Stephen. This week I'm in Ireland, and this weekend our clocks went back an hour. So when I came on today at my 3:00, you already were finished.
Yes, so sorry.
So how can your Pacific time?
Yes.
And
7 o'clock.
did your clocks change?
Yeah, our clocks will change the last weekend of October. So in November, our clocks change this weekend coming up this
Okay.
early Sunday morning. So
So I, yeah.
next Monday should be back to the same schedule. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah. I didn't
So
think about it.
tomorrow, instead of 3 o'clock, I need to get on at my 2 o'clock. Is that right?
Yes, so you're going to fall back. You're going to be an hour later, I think.
I fell back, I would say, at the weekend.
Yeah.
On Google, you can find a international time converter.
I did. I found it, and it still says you're 7, my 3. But something has happened.
So whatever time you got on right this morning, get on an hour earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I just don't want to miss it. It's very precious.
And you know how to get the recordings, right?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So anyone else? Oh, I see a hand up by Bobby. Hello, Bobby.
Good morning, family, and thank you, Stephen, for this topic. I feel like I pushed it down for a few months. I just got used to some of the suppressed energy and sort of hung out in apathy, and every once in a while went up from there. So what came up for me in the water meditation surrounding the COVID and going deeper into our hearts was that attachment and the aversion to control. Not wanting to be controlled and then controlling others. And another thing that came up for me in Jean's share, which is again the first caller in about her shunning, was I immediately went into a place where I didn't want to go, and I could go there because deeply in my heart, but where I've perpetrated the shunning. So interesting, I got a little more activated on this than I thought between the control and the perpetration.
You know, if you don't mind, Bobby, thank you so much for sharing these things. Can we go as a group to where have we shunned and excluded people in our own lives? Bobby, can we walk with you on this?
Yeah, some unexpressed grief is coming up real fast.
So everybody check, where have you done this? Who have you cut out of your life? Who have you said, well, I don't need that person in my life anymore? Whew. Whatever comes up, Bobby, you're feeling this grief. Can you just be with that grief?
Yes.
Oh, I feel this too. I did this for years. I'd say, I don't need that person in my life. Cut him out. Now it feels like I'm cutting out a part of myself when I did that. So can you go to that? Of course, feel the feeling of it. What I would invite everyone to do is just an invitation. You do not have to do this. Only do it if you feel comfortable and safe. Pull up that picture of that person or that feeling of that person's presence and ask for forgiveness. I can't even remember all the people I cut out of my life. Just check to see whether you remember them or not, just the knowledge that they're there. Ask your heart, would you rather be connected to these people or disconnected to these people? And I understand, by the way, there is a place on the practical level of life where it is appropriate to disassociate from those who are being abusive. Totally understand this. I am not asking you to walk into abuse. By no means. But on the energetic level, how does it feel to be separate from anyone? And any answer is okay. Some of you may say it feels safe to be separate from that person. That's okay. We honor that. But for the people who did us dirty, who gossiped about us, who lied to us, who didn't honor their commitments to us, for that category of person, check in with yourself. Where have I ever gossiped about anyone? Where have I failed to keep a commitment? Where have I broken promises? And could you give forgiveness to yourself? Could you forgive yourself some more? Could you forgive yourself for cutting people out? And Bobby, what are you feeling right now?
Feeling like I moved to the back of my heart more, like this dimension, like this, more of this space moved in the back, and there's more space that's a little shut down that wants to move into, but willing and
Good.
open. Mhm.
Good. So could you move into the back of your heart? Could you just breathe into the back of your heart from your back, from the behind?
Yeah.
And everyone, breathe into our hearts, where any dimension of the heart you wish, but right now work with Bobby in the back. So Bobby, would it be okay with you as you inhale and exhale out of the back of your heart, if you connect all the unseen beings, the masters and the teachers throughout history, living or disembodied, and can you ask them if they judge you for cutting people out of your life?
No.
They don't judge you at all, do they?
No.
No. Would it be okay with you if you let go of judging yourself?
Yes.
Yes. That's for everyone. Could you let go? Is it okay if we let go of judging ourselves? Would it be okay with you, Bobby, if we just took all that we have done that's less than perfect in the past and just sort of put it into this big basket of, yeah, I was less spiritually evolved in my past.
Yes.
Yes. And just say, that's how it was. God bless me. And now I'm letting all that go and I'm stepping into my life fully clothed with the love of the unseen beings. That be okay with you?
Yes.
Yes. And so look at your life right now, everyone. But Bobby, we're speaking to you. Is there anyone in your life right now, I don't need a name or anything, who you want to cut out of your life, or you wish wasn't there. Could you instead, could you just let that wanting to exclude energy go and just share that love that the masters have for you with them?
Yes.
Yes. Would it be okay with you to move into alignment with all these perfected beings and just live in that space right here and right now?
Yes.
Fully loving, fully giving, fully sharing. It feels pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. And everyone else, that's the invitation as we live in alignment to just begin healing any energy of separation that we have within us. Wow. Bobby, you in a pretty good space? Yes. Boy, thank you for bringing that side up. I'm so happy that you brought that up.
Thank you to everybody for
Yeah,
taking that journey with me.
thank you all. I think we'll call that a morning. And just, I'm feeling so much love for everyone right now. God bless us all. And yeah, I think we'll just end with that. Thank you all for a wonderful morning together.
Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, thank you all so much.
You, Stephen.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Stephen.
okay. Thank you all. I so appreciate you, believe me.